welcome back. So we're gonna, real quick, we're gonna talk about Shallow Ground, but real quick, came across this post by Jason Farhang. Apparently there's a new storm developing in the area, so if we check this out, this is, I guess, the projection. Early stages of developing. I tried to look around to find something. I ended up finding this 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. 80% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. Through 48 hours, 40%. Through 7 days, high 80%. So it looks like it's possible, as he mentions, Labor Day weekend for this storm to be developing in that area. Which brings us back to what we've been talking about. And when I realized that, he said tropical weather, tropical depression, so I ended up searching for tropical depression, which brought my attention to this. Oh, that storm I was looking at August 22nd. So that one we were just talking about that went through in the last episode, that went through Texas to the other earthquake center here, was also a tropical depression. I think it was a tropical storm named Harold. Tropical Storm Harold. Like, it was a thing that was named. It became a tropical depression, but I mean, it wasn't just a storm, it was a tropical storm. Which, that there's two, not just storms, but one hurricane and then tropical storm, and then another, the tropical storm, and then tropical depression, that are approaching the United States, and then earthquakes are happening as they approach in both places. Let's see, let's check this out. Make sure the date span I search for, it's through tomorrow. So we should be good on the date. Sometimes I just add another day for fun. Looks like another one happened since I recorded here, the 2.7, but I wonder, has it slowed down? It looks like it was pretty substantial yesterday, the 22nd, early in the morning, a bunch of 3-point somethings. What are the odds? I don't know if anyone's noticed both of these. Certainly, obviously, earthquake over here, and these people must be aware that a storm approached here and earthquakes happened, and a storm approached here and earthquakes happened. I don't know if that, I would imagine that would be documented more if it was more common, and if it's not that common, then there's all these other storms that didn't produce earthquakes kind of things, but at the same time, these are also relevant to the magnetic anomaly map. And then, while that's loading, let's refresh this one. This is the Ojai, California spot. Let's check that date. Maybe update that again. Sometimes I think it doesn't actually catch the newer ones. I also know this is not the totality of the earthquakes there. Or in general, like the USGS is very good about hiding details and not really putting out all the data available. and as well as adjusting the numbers in ways that are just for the sake of it rather than like merit. Oh yeah, it's actually, we gotta make sure we got the right data. No, they're hiding shit. I don't know. So like there's definitely some nuance to that I'm not using other services, but I did notice since I recorded, this one happened at 2.8. It's like, huh, so it's still going, so that's maybe a point against the concept that there's a relationship because the storm's gone and it kicked back up here, although it wasn't that high, and it could still be relatively related. But then I saw this post, and it's just like, it's really like going right towards it, and according to this, it's like right there. It's coming out of Nepal, coming over here. It's like here. There it is. So like along this, I wonder if like generally this boundary, like if we draw a line, like say, it's certainly not exactly along either either of the actual coastlines. Like from here to here, from Conception to Ojai, down to Oceanside. I don't know why that would be particularly related, it's just something that looks interesting. But anyway, that's where it is. So when we look at this, like right where that straight part is, right there. It's gonna be interesting watching this go forward, that's for sure. I mean, it's definitely a thing. I was like, is this even real? Is this old data or something? Like, he's a meteorologist, it seems. So I'm like, all right. Found this post. All right, I think it's real. No one else is talking about it, so that's why I was like, is it like authentic data? But it looks to be. Not to question him, pardon me, sir. Just due diligence. I wonder, let's check out earthquakes, United States. .2 up in Idaho. Let's go back. This is 1 day. Let's go 7 days. Bunch along there. Let's go ahead and pull up Western United States magnetic anomaly map, this one. I feel like that's gonna be doing something. Window capture, turn that off. Okay, there we go. Maybe make it smaller. Let's find the exact borders. I don't know the lines in. It would be useful now. So these earthquakes are occurring around here, around the Idaho batholith, pretty much, through Yellowstone on here. pretty little, small ones around Yellowstone. 3.2 at 3.3 around the Idaho batholith. Let's maybe say 30 days. All magnitudes. And then kind of keep an eye on how many earthquakes are here. That's my quick mode of checking. 7 days. It didn't change much. So a lot of these ones, all of these ones, but a lot of these ones, the bigger ones especially, were in the last 7 days. So that's interesting. One day. 3.2 and 2.4. I don't know historical data enough to like go too ham on it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this yet. There was one here, 5.5, at the mantle puncture hole region on the 21st. I think we mentioned this one is kind of like a recoil. I was talking about how current perhaps some type of energetic exchange between the mantle puncture hole here in Ecuador and this region that was like a recoil, putting in like a secondary earthquake over there. Maybe that one, maybe both of them. Now there was another one that I since then noticed that is a 5.5. There's also a bunch going off there. Bigger ones. Colombia. Kind of in the flow. Like if we just draw a line this way and ignore this. Like generally in that path. Let's see. I'm just doing that to look at it from this angle. More so like generally over here then somewhere. Let's just get one of these. 4.3 north, 73.5 west. 4.73.5 west. 4.3 north. Right around there. So they're happening a lot in this, maybe around this boundary then. Really in the blue though, that one that we just found. More centered in the blue. Okay, do I want to keep looking at this or move on to shallograms? I was more so just intending to report it, if you will. Just mention it, because I was thinking, like, this stuff probably is relevant. Not so much to be, like, I can say things useful, but relevant enough that the future will draw something of worth from it. So it's worth, like, just mentioning and moving on kind of thing. These ones, those seem related to the movement of the Hillary storm as well. That location, that location, that location. I wonder if that's like a right triangle. Get rid of that. We don't need no labels. Actually, we need labels. Right around there. Okay, now we don't need no labels. Okay, remember. Now, protractor. I know, I'm the coolest, you guys can say it. You can say it. Look, you can say it. Would you say it? Around the Idaho batholith, and then it was over there, not 90 degrees. I mean, certainly it's a rounded globe. Pardon me, flat earthers, those who know the earth is flat. I know, I understand, I know the earth expanded, and I know a lot of things that people deny, so I can understand what it must feel like. Although you guys got a team, I'm pretty left out in the cold. You guys got like a whole team. What is 90 degrees here? Right around there. Just kind of curious, pardon me. That was maybe not the most useful thing to do, but Idaho batholith is in this region. That region down here, maybe up that way. Here, maybe there's some relationship, like right there, and up that way. Maybe because the earthquakes in Texas were here. I was thinking they were related to this, like this way, which then generally connects to the Garlock fault line over there, which then leads into Ojai, California. Oh, hi. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, hi. Oh, hello, kind of thing. Not, you know what I'm saying. Then this way, though, there certainly is a, like, that strong boundary there. If we just follow it and assume that, say, it ramps over things instead of just like stopping there, like generally it goes past maybe like contributing to boundaries. I don't really see them. Maybe there. I guess really like up this way. And then along this way, I don't see anything here particularly. This boundary in general, that boundary in general. That's interesting though. I didn't notice that this kind of points at Ojai as well, which is right there. So like anything flowing along these boundaries would go into there. Then they point, let's just say if we follow this, I don't really see it there, but maybe, let's say right there, back that way-ish. Let's find where that earthquake is, more exactly. The 3.3, 44.29, 115.25 west. Probably be helpful to not cover it because people probably prefer to be able to see for themselves what I'm reading. 44.3 north, 115.25 west. Let's just see. No. 44.3 is definitely down here. And what was it? 115. 44.3, 115.25. 44.15, 114.25. It's really like around there. Which is interestingly like pretty east is Bighorn Mountain. It's like in the center. So maybe this actually has more of a connection that way. I don't know, some of these are just who knows kind of thing. Like, there's obvious ones. Like over here. Like, obviously I could follow these kinds of lines. Like here. But down here, across this way, when there's a lot of cross currents, it's kind of like the Tyser-Dolman nubs. Like if I go Sage Wall folder, these things, like there's current flows all over this thing. It's similar to that. You can watch my Tyser-Dolman episode and other ones after it in my Sage Wall playlist if you're interested. I'm pretty sure this one, yeah. There's currents all over this, and there's more than the ones I draw, and these are just things that I thought were relevant. But like, if you look at the surface, it ends up just being like specks, and like there's probably patterns in other ways. So there's lots of cross current things going on that make it much more just specky, but you can still see flow patterns in it. It's probably much more like that in like this kind of region. Whereas here, it really was caused to flow in a certain manner and so on. Not as many cross patterns. Like over here as well, like currents are flowing along boundaries and not, and like erupting and pushing the earth open, expanding the earth, but it's like emitted from a certain location and then create bands that are not actually having like cross patterns interacting. Where over here, there's a lot more of that going on. There's just a lot more of it. So it becomes sometimes almost impossible to trace what exactly might have happened. Yellowstone is like right here. Like right there. The center, like this hook looking thing. Yellowstone's like there. Let's get a coordinate. It's pretty big, but it's okay. Let's say that's the center. Let's say this is the center. 44.25, which is in degrees, so it's a little tricky. The other one, degrees go up to 0.6, 60. So 60 would be 45 degrees, so it's more like 44.5-ish, 44.4-ish, and then 35 is like 0.6-ish. So say 44.4, 110.4, they're also backwards on this. So 110.4 and 0.6, 44.4 is around 10.6, and it's also negative for the west. So I guess it's here actually, around here. In this area is where that was, so it's generally around here. like opposite to bighorn, almost like a positive negative. The positive is dense, or maybe vice versa, depending on how you look at it. Positive is dense but cold. The negative is fluid but hot, and hot, I guess. So it's more of like a opposites, positive, negative. But then in that line is that other one that's interesting. What is gonna happen? Oh my god. Just like, what could possibly happen? What could happen? I don't know. This is pretty long to switch over to shallograms, but also short to not like keep talking. I know I don't want to. I only have 9 new episodes left, this one included, before I really I was sitting outside like, how do I even make 10 more? I guess I gotta do it. If I want to do it, I gotta do it. So I might as well record. And then here I am, pretty much. But I really have no desire at this point. You guys have no idea how demoralized I am. I'm just tired of it all. Tired of fucking bullshit. People don't know how much suffering I experience because they fucking ignore me. Or because they dismiss me without consideration and just think that it's merited. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, though. It's fucking tiresome. This is interesting. I just noticed this as I'm talking. Down here, if we like follow this shape, down, up, and then over here there's an up, down. So it's kind of got like the same, almost like, I was thinking initially like a big dipper with like an arm out here. Something of that nature. But if we go up, down, so mimicking it, down, up, so like mirroring it, up, down, like maybe like the opposite of this point. If I, it's maybe like there, not exactly at Bighorn, but to the east. Maybe near, I think Devil's Tower region is actually here. Let's see, 44.25, 104. Let's say that 44.25, 104, 104, which is maybe around here. 44.25. Right around there. It's pretty much in that line. That's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Do not know what to make of that. Something. Where was that? Pointing down to here, pretty much. Just near that island. I guess that one. Down, I guess up here, because it definitely goes up there. And then up. This is like Lake Superior region. I think inside of it, though. I'm not even sure anymore. Yeah, I'm just fucking tired of it. This fucking naysaying. Like, what are you guys doing? Fucking more of the same because you think you're right. So it's okay to do nothing. Just muddying the waters. I mean, obviously it all happens for a reason, and the research is useful, but it's fucking propaganda when it's wrong. Like, if an initial conclusion is wrong, and everything subsequent just buries it, literally, new shit on top, but no one's reviewing that initial assumption that was fucking wrong, and someone just takes it out. Shit, there's no threat anymore. It's fucking wrong. Topple. It's a fucking house of cards, dude. Can't just gotta cover it all. It's always more. Always more. Scientists are so inconsiderate. It is taught hubris. It's taught. These fucking arrogant teachers. I mean, they're probably taught too. So I can't even really blame them. Somewhere down the line, someone, maybe me, taught some fucking arrogance, instilled it into science. To a point where there's like a bifurcation between humanity. Like, we're the ones who know what we're talking about. You're just a peasant. Where's your credentials? Dude, how do we have conversations with people like that? Like Twitter, there's like a petition, all these scientists like, I can't handle it. I can't handle being on Twitter. People saying things. They don't like the things I say. They're so wrong. Like, oh, you mean you got out of your fucking safety zone where it's just an echo chamber? Oh, we all agree with each other and we all paid for the same degree and got taught the same shit, so what a surprise. And then we go out into the real world where people have a spectrum of observations beyond those that are being accounted for by this degree. And it's like the general public is at fault. It's not the fucking small, I don't want to say group, because it's not really any individual's fault. It's really the way we do things, which comes down to non-living entities of governments, institutes, like someone in geology decides, oh, I have this paper. Then they go, like Brian Keating was talking about how publications will be like, they literally, his college and all colleges in general, universities, have press like divisions that help to communicate that there was some discovery to the press and use this mechanism of that's how it's like a leverage thing. You know, like you can't lift something, so you put some leverage down and boom, and it picks it up because you use some leverage. It's like people without the institute can't do the lifting to like communicate their frivolous findings. No offense, I'm just angry perhaps. So instead, they have these means already pre-developed for whenever they feel like it. Oh, got something to say? Oh, you're in an institute? Well, we're working together here. We're also getting paid for what we do. Sure, I'll get paid down the line, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the reality is in terms of like post-death. Am I just fucking dead? I don't know. Do I just become you and like never get to be me again until I become me again and live this life again? Because that's pretty fucking shitty. I don't get paid then. Unless you guys know and remember being me, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So you pretty much blank slate, new life, no memory of this life. Like, what the fuck is the point then? Then I don't get fucking anything for killing myself for the society that I'm part of while it ignores me. Like, if it weren't for the innocent people involved, I'd just be like, fuck this. You guys literally don't deserve this information. But there's innocent people who they didn't do anything. They didn't fucking deny me and just watch me die. Oh, look, he's dying. I won't. Or he's saying he's dying. He's fucking liar. He's wrong about everything. He's just wrong. He's just fucking wrong. So he's probably fine. He doesn't know anything. He's make fucking excuses to be inhumane and not give a shit. Whatever you guys want to, whatever helps you sleep at night. Cause I can't sleep at night. Fortunate life you got there. Dear Lord. The fucking ramifications of choosing to try to help society at my own expense. Literally my own expense, and now my parents' expense in some regard. I mean, I'm not very expensive. Food, and the fact that they have this room, but I don't really move. Which also doesn't help my health, but my fucking health, like, I can't move. That's how it is. It's fucking, I'm in a hole where I took a fucking safety fall or whatever. Trust fall. One of these things. And you guys were just like, we're partying over here. I just fucking fell into the abyss. Fucking, we know what we're doing. He did it. He fucking fell. He's the one who fell. What is his fault? Alright. See what happens when people realize what just happened. When the fucking shit catches up and reality sets in. Oh my god, and fucking deserve it too. Science, peace. Oh, did all your authority as a scientific figure just get fucking crushed because you didn't know what the fuck you were talking about, and you denied someone who did? Oops. Science is done. Governments are fucking done. All these people with like ridiculous quantities of money, when people realize there is another way, and the like pain and suffering that occurred because of fucking tyrants who have painted the world. Oh yeah, wealth begets wealth. Keep on giving it to the wealthy. It's fucking ridiculous. Like Donald Trump. I mean, I appreciate that maybe he's trying to help, but at the same time, like, really, dudes? He's like declared bankruptcy repetitively. He's not a good businessman. He's a clever businessman. There's a difference. Abusing the system or fixing the system by getting it the fuck out of the way so cunts can't abuse the system. Oh, look. We've taught everyone that ammonites are fossils. I mean, that one's understandable. I gotta say, that one's understandable. But it's wrong. That's a funny thing. It's fucking wrong as shit. People don't understand, though. Too deeply ingrained in the false interpretations. It's like talking to a wall. Got too far down the road. I'm just like, let me apply this to my model. Yep. To my understanding of reality. Yep. Looks like the physics of consciousness on display. Thank you for helping me understand reality better. You didn't help me any other way except for by demonstrating the physics of consciousness. Whew. I'm just ranting. You guys could have left a long time ago. I'm probably just going to end it when I'm done this rant. If you feel like listening to the rant, appreciate it. Get them! Yeah, get them, motherfucker! Yeah! Get them! They deserve it. They deserve it with that fucking arrogance. Arrogance plus ignorance. Oh my god, what a combo. What a combo. That's science. Arrogance. Ignorance. Ooh, it's tough when that combo's there. Oh my god. We are stuck behind that shit. Same for the government. Arrogance, ignorance, and just lies. Government, at least science doesn't like, I mean, sometimes people outright lie, but it, generally speaking, is people trying their best. But they're arrogant and they're ignorant in the literal sense. They don't know things. Unawareness is ignorance. Like they literally have accepted that there's nothing of value in scripture of any sort, in the Bible, Quran, Hindu scripture, even like every religion, they don't look at it. There's nothing of value in those things. It's an easy way, but it's not the right way. That's what science does. It simplifies. It doesn't actually account for reality. It's like, oh yeah, that's all there is to it. So there was a big bang. What the fuck? Philosophy. You know, that philosophy thing, that's weighing us down. Just get rid of it. We're just gonna do science here. No more natural philosophy. Oh dear Lord, the day that happened, if we could go back to that day and just stop it from happening, the division of thought into different realms, and really bring it back to one, like, universal thought. Like, they're not divided. Just because we divide things doesn't mean the universe is divided. Nor does it mean that understanding can happen through a divided path. It can't. It can't happen. You cannot understand the world you're in if you only understand one aspect of the world you're in. It's not possible. Oh, I studied physics. So I know, like, astronomy, but not geology at all. There's so many aspects. Certainly I'm not studied in them all, but at least I'm trying. Or was, before I fucking gave up. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck this bullshit. It's fucking sad. This is interesting too. It almost looks... If I didn't love what I do, I just love it. I love reality. It's amazing. I'm just trying to share. People, we have teachers who are like, the equivalent of like fucking nonsense. It's boring. No wonder kids are bored. Guess what? It's time to evolve. Where teachers actually can teach things that are interesting and like bring people into studying the topics more thoroughly because they choose to of their own accord, not because they're forced to by some fucking trash government that steals from everyone and treats it like that's like legitimate. Claims authority, brings in the problem with like the United States was cool in the beginning, like the people behind it probably had good intentions, but the problem is, like, it's just a matter of time before some fucking morons take over and use it for some other means and utterly destroy everything. They're fucking morons. Dear God, Biden. Oh my God, the shit he said in Maui. Like, dude, what are you... Why send him, dudes? You incompetent fucks. I mean, every day it looks more likely that that was a direct energy weapon attack. I don't know. I'm not saying it was, but it's looking pretty good evidence online. I mean, a lot of questions. Maybe it's all staged. I'd like to believe it's staged. And maybe the children are, instead of just being sent home and burned alive in their houses, were actually, I don't know, and instead of also an alternative of them being seemingly burned alive in their houses, but instead become sex slaves and sold to sex trafficking rings. We need Hawaiians. Yeah, we got a big order of Hawaiian children. How are we gonna do this? He's paying billions. Billions? With a B? Yeah, man. Alright, I got an idea. We got that weapon there. We'll just... Who knows what these fucking morons are up to? That's why they need the fuck out. Like, a long time ago. They already, like... Imagine you got a literal genocidal killer in control of the world. And they're just killing. And you're debating with them as they kill. Okay, you're right, I made a mistake. And they just keep fucking doing it. Like, at some point, they need to go. Like, it's not some, like, oh, they changed their ways, we got someone new in. No. Stop giving people a means to be tyrants. It's not complicated. Don't give them a means. If you're... like in some small, like, okay, there's no government, well then we're just gonna have a group of people take over. No, don't fucking follow that clown because they're a fucking moron who's a tyrant. Don't do it. Get like a fucking mafia and shit. No organized anything. We're one people. Don't let them fucking have power. Problem solved. No, people don't understand though. They just... That's the problem, is people are not educated enough, literally. People doing stupid shit, making it worse. Oh, let's just go rob a store. Oh look, evidence for this trash government to exist. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I get it, you're probably struggling, but like 20 pairs of shoes? What are you gonna, I mean, maybe you're gonna sell them on eBay or some shit. So I guess that's a means to an end. But dear fucking God, guys. Like, at some point, we gotta stop blaming one another and blame this trash system that we all just allow to persist. Oh, I got stuff to do today. I'm going to the mall. I'm gonna go shopping. Gonna get some shoes. Maybe people stole some of them, but there's still some shoes left. I'll get some of those shoes. Oh, it looks like a couple stores are closing down. I wonder what's going on. Oh, there's another virus. I better put the mask on like I'm being told to do again. We got tyrants on top of tyrants on top of tyrants that are just pushing out good people. People with good intentions are getting shoved out of the system, just like a squeezing of an orange. Get out of here, juice. All we want is this trash left. It's just poison. Liars. Anyone willing to lie? Come on in. That's the government for you. You willing to lie? I don't think he's willing to lie. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have to attack him in every way possible through the media. That's what we'll do. Because we're fucking tyrants. Oh, maybe we should think about that? Maybe we should think about that? I mean... No, we don't think around here. We just lie. That's what tyrants do. We don't fucking think, we lie. Think. Think! What are you talking about, think? These fucking peons. Who gives a shit? Fuck them. That's tyrants. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. They're gonna blame all the problems that they caused on the general public. Hey, general public. Listen, you guys got a lot of people. We're gonna need you to knock down your numbers by about 80% in the next 10 years. Yeah, that seems like genocide to some, but it seems like heroism. Someone's gotta do it. What we'll do is we'll get rid of the people who are stupid enough to take the vaccine, you see. See, that way, natural selection works its course. We only got smart people who are able to see through it. And ourselves, well, maybe there's some hiccups in there, but we'll deal with it as we go. Who cares? The Earth has too many people on it. Are you sure it's not our piss poor management as a lying tyrannical system that just snowballed into destroying humanity? No. Don't blame us. We know what we're doing. We look at them wasting resources, driving outside of 4 minutes around their radius. Scum. We need to fly across the world to tell them to stop it. You know the world is burning. Climate is changing. Okay. Are we gonna have a debate about this? Like a discussion, public discussion? Or is everything just gonna be squashed down? This is the government, just squash everything. Same with science. No, you can't talk. Shut up. You can't talk. You're disingenuous. You're a fucking liar. You're whatever excuse to not allow you to talk so I can move on with my day. I got better things to do than hear that I was wrong about everything I ever thought. Fucking... Everything I accept... I didn't accept something false. I thought it through. I thought it through by listening to the thing that was told to me. and just accepting it at face value and not considering it. And moving on enough to become studied in the area without question. Are you sure you didn't accept false paradigms as if they were true? Times change. Only way I'm wrong is if this is truly a Truman Show. And space doesn't exist. It's the only way I'm wrong. So I'm cool. I'm in a good spot. I'm feeling pretty good. I could say the things I say with confidence. That's not hubris. Just earned confidence because I made discoveries unintended. It's not like one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to disprove these fossil interpretations of ammonites. Silly. Fossil? You think that's a fossil? You think that's a fossil? I'm going to disprove that. Let me figure it out. How could they be some other way? What else could they be? No, I fucking realized it inadvertently. Oh my god, the burden of that. The burden of realizing ammonites are not fossils. Scientists are like, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, I see how they look like fossils, so I get your position. And I see how there's a lot of work on it, because you all just accepted it, like, no question, literally paper after paper. Ammonites are fossils. The ammonite, we looked at the fossils, like, the first words are like, fossil, fossil, fossil. It's like, okay, so you don't question it at all. It's just take it as fact. That's a problem, because it's not a fucking fossil. Not. Oh, Lord. Okay, I should probably stop here. Oh, I made it to an hour. Wow. I've ranted for like a half hour and extended this to an hour. I like my videos around an hour. That's a good way to do it. Maybe I'll just fill out these last episodes with me just ranting. Hello, little me over here. I see you all the way over there. Hello, 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 hello. Is this still playing? Oh, we got a couple minutes of this Krishna flute left. I don't know what it sounds like. That's some good rant music right there. I'm meant to be talking about Shalagram. Okay. Rant music? Maybe not the best. I needed some Nefex. Fight back.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, and you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
You know, fate would have it that the expansion of the Earth happened in a beautiful way, really. Earth's Undercurrents. Let's check it out real quick. Earth's Undercurrents. Animated by Steve Scully. All continental crust was conjoined as a single landmass. The mantle was punctured in Pakistan. Magma flowed out in all directions beneath the crust. Earth's rotation curved currents emitted preferentially. A narrow stream flowed eastward against the rotation, while the bulk current fanned out westward. Oh. Oh my god, whoever is responsible for the expansion of the Earth and like attacked it with a vortex weapon, they probably knew they were giving a big fuck you to the world. It's like the ultimate fuck you, really, right there. Oh my god, the ultimate fuck you. The ultimate fuck you. What greater fuck you could there be than just wiping out total remembrance of the advanced civilization that once was? It's something right there. Causing a global flood. I'm gotta say, that God of the Bible's a boss. He's like, It's probably deserved. That's what I'm gonna say. It's probably deserved. It's probably deserved by people naysaying but being wrong. When someone was like honestly trying to help and knew some shit they didn't. And people couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the truth. They did some. Jack Nicholson's character was probably right. Probably was right. Can't handle the truth. Vortex weapon. Fuck the system. Fuck tyrants. Just fuck all government. We don't need it. We need a kingdom of God. That's what we need. It's the only stable system. Everything else is transitory. Kingdom of God, the only way to get rid of that is a vortex weapon, global flood. That's it. It's the only way to do it. Once that shit is stable, it's just too much abundance. No concern. The struggle is so mental and not like physical or like certain ways that we experience struggle. No more of that. It's more just straight up mental struggle. Which is a good trade-off, I'd say. But then, like, people ain't doing it either. They're like, I don't want to deal with that shit. I'm just gonna take advantage of all this stuff and just do what I want. Yeah, there's a new human race with us. Perfect. They're innocent. They literally don't know what's happening. We can just rape them. Oh, can you? Well, it's not rape if they consent. It's same shit, different octave. Same shit happened then that's happening now. Where we got fucking panels of lawyers and judges arguing for decriminalization of pedophilia. Like, legitimately proposing in writing some sort of global legislation the world should have that decriminalizes pedophilia. Same shit. Don't sleep with the humans. That's what God said. They did it anyway. It's interesting. It's interesting. Matt Lacroix. I don't know how to say his name. Lacroix. Matt. This two parts interview is quite interesting. Somewhere in there, he mentioned the kind of concept that I just said, which was surprising. I was like, this dude's definitely doing some good work. Doing some good work. Kudos. I wish my research was accounted for in the world so people could account for it. But instead, I'm just muted and held in a fucking corner to die, and who knows what the future is. But, like, that's as far as I can see. Although maybe, I mean, who knows? September, I always have hope in September, like certain times of the year. Like, maybe this is when the energy is right. Looks like the energy's right for a fucking world war in a month. Like, China's got collapsing banking system, multiple banks being like, and banks and construction companies, whatever, the housing market companies that are having serious issues. Russia's the Wagner head of the mercenaries was supposedly assassinated. Whether or not he actually was, like, on the plane today, he was on a plane, supposedly his plane that was shot down leaving Moscow, and he seemingly attempted to attack Moscow like 2 months ago. Although I still thought at the time that it was maybe staged for some other reason to move troops. But now he's supposedly assassinated. I'm just like, maybe some, like, this was staged to get him out. Like, he didn't want to do it anymore. Or something, or America did it to blame it on Russia. You never know what the fucking tyrants of America would do. It's probably, I haven't heard Putin deny it, so it's possible. It's probable at that point Russia's behind it, but then again, it goes back to maybe they staged the attack on Moscow to move troops, so who knows if it actually happened. Meanwhile, Canada's going to shit. The masks are coming back. They're gonna probably have a new vaccine rollout booster in the next few weeks, as if, like, a few cases. Oh, we noticed a few cases in this state here. We developed a vaccine for that. How did you even, like, access it? We're just on top of things. So you knew, like, that one. Oh shit, it's a different one. Can you, like, just think about how stupid it is. It's as dumb as the fact that we knew about COVID when there were like 5 cases. This fucking world. Like, it's so obviously lies from the media when we're just going about our days, right? La la la. And then one day, there's this thing going on in Wuhan in China, some cases of COVID. I immediately knew they're up to some shit. Every media outlet's talking about, oh, that's a concern. And not the COVID, the fact that they're talking about it, and look at what happens. Now here we are about to get another one. Oh my god. These lying piece of shit. Meanwhile, what's that dude's name? Matt Hancock. Scare the pants off them. We frighten the pants off of them with a new strain. Could you not block my me looking at that? I mean, what more needs to be said? This dude, he's not, I mean, sure, most people don't know who he is if they're not going, like, they're not paying attention to alternative media. No one fucking cares about someone in UK. Member of Parliament. British politician. Why is this dude saying that? Why would he be saying that? And wait. You're telling me is a British politician. He's not was a British politician. The same motherfucker right here says, let's find it on Twitter. Matt Hancock, frighten pants. We frighten the pants off of everyone with the new strain, but the complication with that Brexit is taking the top line. When do we deploy the new variant? I mean, how fucking blind to, like, what is it, cognitive bias or whatever? Like, dude, there's proof they're bullshitting the general public, and we don't even. This dude is still in British government. I mean, sure, they're stealing the elections and shit, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're stealing elections. Sits in the House of Commons as an independent because he fucked up. Oh my god. It's tragic. Oh, I can't look at this dude. That fucking smile. Alright. Fuck the system, dudes. Pardon me if I gave you the finger. I love you. It was only meant to explain my distraughtness, my frustrations. That Earth Thunder current one. Oh, I consciously knew I was making a finger when I was drawing it, but I was like, that's what the currents did. That's what the currents did. What am I supposed to do? It's what the currents did. What am I supposed to do if that's what the currents did? If the currents did it, the currents did it. What am I supposed to do? What, not give a finger to people who disregard me for 10 years and feel like, yeah, fuck you. That's what, I'm not supposed to feel that way? To feel like, yeah, that's got like this shit, not even of my own intent, has a fuck you just preset in it. It's beautiful, really. It brings a tear to the eye in some ways. How beautiful reality is that it does that. Peace.